Mm. Hey y'all, this is Ishnai Ciarfox, and welcome to my stream. We're gonna go ahead and get started quickly tonight. Alright. Thinking. Dancer's the other. I'm afraid you've arrived early, Ishnai. There's still much to do before preparations are complete. Yet I cannot stop thinking about Tsukumo's capture by strike in Kagane rather than here in Tamamizu. There is little we could have done to stop them if they tried, unless... Unless, what if it was not the work of the Red as a whole, but a plot by Hirumaki to satisfy his own greed? Defeating him would be the key to rescuing Tsukumo. The problem, however, is he's always so heavily guarded. Our plans and preparations were all for nothing unless they can be drawn away. As ever, your aid is greatly appreciated. Nevertheless, we cannot deny their numbers. I mean, I can. I can do that pretty well, actually. Sheer strength alone will not grant us victory. The other members of the Divine Circle intend to create a distraction to drown them away. But even then, we are still outmatched. How am I to sway my brothers to join us? Even their mention of the Isla Ziki is enough to turn them away. You must convince them through your actions. My actions? Ah, like Kizur of the Azum Steppe. If that is what you believe, then I suppose it's worth a try. Would you be willing to accompany me? Not to speak to everyone, of course. Only until I've gained my nerve. Bum 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 bum. Are you one aiding the Divine Circle in search for the treasure? You've done fine work for the blue. Yes, fine work indeed. Ishnai, your presence is greatly appreciated. Now then. Are you well, Kabuto? It's rather unlike you to call on anyone for help. I suppose next Maruka will tell us the strays are drowning. Tsukumo has been taken by the Red, and I mean to rescue him. So it is true. I had hoped it was only rumor, but what are we to do? We are not fighters, Kabuto. You would be leading turtles to slaughter. I realize that, which is why I will not ask you to fight, but I have a plan that requires your help. You are perhaps the greatest swimmer in the Ruby Sea has ever known, and your knowledge of the currents is unmatched. That is why I would ask you to lead their soldiers on a chase, distract them that I might do battle with their leader alone. A chase, you say, Should be simple enough to drag those sea slugs through the waves. Might even prove fun. Very well, give me some time to prepare and you will have your diversion. He listened and agreed to help. No doubt your presence helps to convince him, but I cannot ask you to be present for everyone. Wait with the elder while I speak with the others. Woo! Waiting. I never realized talking could be so tiresome. Yes! I take it you've spoken with everyone then. Fear not. Your cause is just, and from what Ishnai has told me, your plan is sound. We need only wait for the others to assemble. Avengers. It would seem our words have fallen on deaf ears. Come, Ishnai, we must save Tsukumo on our own. You're too quick to judge your brothers, Kabuto. Take another look. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Thought it prudent we'd have proper weapons should we be forced to confront the Red, so I made a short trip to visit the Kisar. You traveled all the way to the reunion for weapons? I paid a visit to the forge in Kagane, and this young smith, Shihumi, I believe is her name, insisted she be brought here to prepare for Tsukumo's return. She seems quite adamant about seeing to his repairs. Shihumi, I nearly forgotten. I know not how to repay you. When a brother is in need, we help. It is simple as that. Just so. In fact, you'll find more of our brothers are waiting for you outside. Everyone is preparing to do their part to see that Tsukumo return safely. Which is why I scouted ahead, lest we have unwanted surprises. I overheard the soldiers on watch speaking of Hirumaki. They say he's been gloating over his latest plunder, keeping it on display at the heir of the opulent. It has to be Tsukumo. Then I know where I must go. As I mentioned before, your task is to circle around the island and draw the attention of as many soldiers as you can. While they are distracted, Ishnai and I will sneak into the island through the dive. I was supposed to say divine, but we shall prove the blue are not to be trifled with. To the island Ziki! Woo! 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 Did I remember to turn all the sounds on? I am absolutely here. I'm awake. I'm here. I'm awake. We can do this. Can we do this? Oh no. Alright, it's over there. Hi, Rose. How are you? I'm sorry, you're speaking in equations. I don't understand. Fiddling with your keyboard. Ah. So you're speaking in equations I do not understand. Got it. Where are you? Right there. You're here. Good. Everyone's in position. When we reach the air of opulent, I will see to Hirumaki while you retrieve to Tsukumo. Whoa, are you ready? Yes. I'm sorry to hear that, hon. What is he doing here? Buchin, the oldest of the older. Brought treasures to the vault to aid you. With the kami, they shall bless you. You're cursing. Got it. Never felt such power. This is why we should have stop anything in our way. Maruka awaits you within bearing more treasures. Go now. Find a way. I'll say all those letters. You're cursing at me. How dare you? I'm teasing. I'm teasing. It looks, 1/10. 3. Yeah, they're numbers. Cursing at me in binary. No, it's not binary. It's whatever it is. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Yeah, I know. How dare I tease you? How dare I? I'm a horrible person. I know, right? The meanest person has ever existed. I hid my meanness through my niceness. Treasure's blessing. Atoning. You might die from sweetness though. Got nothing. Come to Orca. Come, Ishnai, we mustn't waste this opportunity. Red will think twice before challenging us again. Well, that's good, because you're also awesome, Rose. So it's good that you need to be reminded that you are awesome. That's fine. I didn't have very much of a long stream. I was exhausted. No, you. You're awesome, Rose! Ba 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 ba. Rose, and you're the best bear around. Woo! You're gonna go steady? Off to go steady or off to go brain not brain? So off to stare at a fidget toy or something? Or like fidget with a fidget toy and stare off into space, I mean? Atoning. If last blessing should all the strength we need, let's put an end to Hiramaki's schemings. Well, the way you put it like that, I think you're just gonna go have some, what? The fried squid or something. Or octopus. Calamari or something? There, it's Hirumaki, and he has Tsukumo. Soldiers are all taking to the water. Now's your chance. Thank you. All of you. I promise opportunity will not be wasted. Fall back and join the others. Ishnai will handle the rest. Understood. Good luck, and may the kami keep you safe. Different person. Oh, different person. Sorry, I'm tired. Still. Huh? The kid. Oh. Y'all both have the same color. Ah. Wait, the Yukabuko. Say, I have a cat that's in heat, that's screaming. So you have come after all. Shouldn't a guy? Why don't you entertain our guests? With pleasure. So, I mean, I am a level of I am here. Absolutely. Kamishai, he stands no chance against the both of us. Yeah, of course it started after all the other stuff that's happening, so sleep is so much good. Yeah, words, English, no. English exists somewhere in my mind. I hate that it's called Ruby Spray. Come on, come on. Bear this attack together. Yeah, yeah. Slicey dicey. Keep at it. Yeah, but I'm betting the other guy's gonna show up in the fight for no goddamn reason. Other than to, you know, say... Stench of death, ew. If you hear the meowing of a cat, she has entered the room. Much to my annoyance. Kill them all. Enough games this time, I'll end you. Yeah, sure, whatever. Why won't you die? I mean protagonist, bitch. Seems the tides have turned in our favor. But hardy har har. Give me general. I've had enough of your meddling. I will rip your heads from your shoulders and mount them on the walls of the vault. Hurry, Ishnai, see to Tsukumo. Prepare yourself. My, General. Is that the best you can do? This is your last chance. Join me or die alongside, along with the rest of the blue. Get up. The others counting on you. My work is done. Follow your heart. I will always... be with you. Tsukumo! Oh no! Bitchin'. Bloody. General Maki has fallen. Retreat! Retreat! This is your home! Where the fuck are you retreating to? Just stare. Don't do anything. Quickly, must take him back to Mizu. Nope, we're just gonna stare. Just gonna lay there. I apologize if I worried you. I'm fine, but there's still no change in Tsukumo. You remained lifeless since he last spoke on the Isle of Ziki. Sakai. Ziki. Right? Come here. Come here. Come here. She... me? Can you fix her? Come on, Buck. I'm sorry, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with him physically. I could grant him movement, but only such as an ordinary Karahuki puppet might have. Tsukumo is no ordinary puppet. He is of the divine. Ishnai, you've dealt with the matters of magic before. Do you know of anything that might restore Tsukumo? But why? Have you forgotten his parting message? His parting message. You say that it was as if his intention was to leave. What is this? Did it fall from Tsukumo's altar? How could I overlook such a thing while examining him? It bears a striking resemblance to materia. Ha! Of course, materia is essentially a spiritual energy in crystallized form. It's likely used to make Tsukumo's core. Are you saying that it was this material that gave him life? Precisely, and I have an idea as how we may put it to use. Will you sit down for a moment? Spirit binding. Perfect fit. It suits your helmet quite nicely. Thank you, Shiumi. I will treasure it always. Tsukumo, you lent your voice when I could not find my own, your courage when I had only cowardice. Thanks to you, I now understand the strength comes from the bonds I share with others. Before I might have thrown this material away, but now... now I would honor Tsukumo's memory by protecting the vault and its allies that helped us fill it. I mean, then you'll get energy in that if it's done like materia before. Test of courage. Bam, bam, bam. Thanks to your concerted efforts with Kabuto, Tsukumo now rests peacefully with the treasure vault. Ba, 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 ba. Sworn. Divinity. Ba-bam. All right. As for what quest for this, we've got the board up. Board up. And yeah. Doing the bard one, on the debate whether I want to do. And I got this one up. finish the monk one. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, Gelt. Alright, Geltling, let's go. Stop the senseless killing. Good tidings, sister. O has, recovered. Together we spoke with Professor Eric. With his help, we sought ways to open chakra of the opposing aspects. Ways that require no dueling. Now, we have a theory. You'll test it in the western highlands of Korthus, near the place called Dragon Spit. Oak has already left us. Let us join. Oh, has already left us. Oak. Oklahoma. Woo! That joke. Oklahoma. I'm warm. I'm not cold in this. No, never. Might have been faster if I teleported to Tail Feather or whatever. Shit. I am exhausted though. Ba ba boy 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 boy. Oh, I guessed incorrectly on that. Not here for that fate. One second, y'all. There we go. Forgot to switch out my outfit. Well, and I don't want to do it in the outfit that is my samurai outfit. Guess we're going to tell Feather anyways. Are spinning. Alright, monk. There we go. My monk got a monk. My monk go to monk. Listen to O, she has a theory. Something. There you are, Ishnai. My thanks for coming. Since this site hosted a fierce battle, so says Professor Eric, much blood was spilled between knights and dragons. It makes an ideal place for a test. As you know, in order to open the chakra of a opposite aspect, one of us ordinarily has to find an individual trained in that aspect. However, it does not suit us to duel one another to the death. So we theorized, instead of each other, what if disciples from each sect were to fight independently within close proximity? Influenced by their presence, the aether that pervades the battleground may trick into opening an opposite chakra with each combatant. Without further ado, let us put this theory to the proof. Please seek out likely opponents nearby, as formidable as you can manage, and fight them with all your might. Guilt and I will do the same. Guilt and I will do the same. Guiltling. Do up. Do 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 do. Oh, did not mean to move. Demon. Whee. Break, break, break. How did he know? I advise you not to interfere. I will interfere however I want. Be on your guard, Ishnai. He is, evil Garaha. Heraha. Tia, leader of the sect of Shadow. He comes back for O. Take her back? An idiotic notion. She is a traitor to our sect. I am here to silence her. We'll not allow it. You must defeat us first. You are a disciple of the sect of light, one who surpasses guilt. Besides, you have opened your seventh chakra as plain as my senses. It occurs to me. Peaceful way to end this meeting. We not fight one another, you and I. Oh. You are to slay guilt and open your seventh chakra. Once you've accomplished this, return to me, and Sitsa will come to no harm. As for you, adventurer, if you will then swear to serve me, I shall release the two of them both. A fair trade, is it not? You need not answer right at this moment. If you agree to these terms, come to the ruins south of Little Alamigo, and I shall await you there. Think on it, but not over long, nor can I not guarantee you much of Zinzitsa left to retrieve. Damn him. Well, I mean, I could just go. I don't have to. They don't have to fight each other. I tried to fight him, but he was too strong. Far stronger than I had managed. Such is the might of he who opened all 14 chakra. None alive can fight him on equal footing, not even Ishnai. I beg to differ! One thing bothers me. The sect of light was destroyed, yet has opened all 14 chakras. How did he do this? He was present for the massacre at the temple. He attacked and slew a priest of your sect, and in doing so opened the seventh chakra of light. As we are, we cannot hope to defeat him. Alas, our test was a failure. My chakra did not open, and neither did yours. Am I correct? What am I to do? Since I want to save you, but I cannot kill Gelt. Odie's comforting. Would you rally her spirits? I mean, I'll try. Please forgive me my pitiful display. You are right, Ishnai. I mustn't despair. Since and I used to be birds is birds in a cage. Serving Tia was the only life we knew, but all changed when we met the two of you. You opened our eyes to a world of infinite possibilities. So much more is possible than I ever dreamed of, and so I won't give up hope. There is a way to defeat Tia, and we need but find it. We will rescue Zinza, without my raising a hand against Gelt, without your offering yourself as Hara's thrall. There is time still. Let us return to Revenant Toll. There we shall make a plan. Plan? Me? Plan? What do you think I am? Somebody who makes plans? No. No. I have a general outline, and then anything that goes beyond that is, as it goes. Professor Eric has loaned us his tomes. Always scours them for ways to open your final chakra. Perhaps she'll find something. Perhaps not. Meanwhile, we must do what we can. Hone our minds and our bodies for the battles to come. Alright, time's running out. Dee's life will soon be forfeit. We must act now. Alas, we do not find it. Open a way to the 7th chakra, but we must act nonetheless. Oh, has gone to little El Amigo. She fears for her friend. Let us join her. And up. Little El Amigo. This is level 6 stuff. Must rescue Dee, but how? This is still alive, but I fear she'll not remain much longer. But moments ago, she was taken to the ruins to the south. You may have also already heard, but I couldn't find a bloodless way to open a chakra of the opposing aspect. Thus far, you've opened 13 chakra, and the most of us 3, but one more and you could face him as an equal. Fight me, Ishnai, and I'll make the final chakra yours. No, this isn't the way. This is Ishnai. She speaks the truth. It is not the way. We need power, this is true, but at what it costs. If you die, Dee will be grieved. The victory will have no meaning. Remember my words. All our chakra may not be open, but we each have each other, and together we will defeat evil Tia. We can rescue Dee. The disciples of the sex ones fought side by side. Let's do so again, as we did in the old days of old. Thank you, Gelt. I shall stand with you. First, I'll try and persuade evil Tia. Convince him to see reason, but my words fail, be ready to fight. We already know what's going to happen. If my words fail me, Hear me, Tia. We've come, but have not accepted your demands. Nay, we would remind you of the past, of the true nature of our order. Our two sects once fought beside each other, not against. Together we can achieve much. Let us join hands, brothers, and rebuild the fist of Ragir. Cowards like you bring shame upon our order. Plainly, it is you who needs reminding of our true nature. The arduous training to hone mind and body, the blood we spill and shed, all of it is for no other purpose but to hone the destroyer. But I killed him. We pay him great tribute by dueling to the death, and in return he grants us great power, the power of all 14 chakra. By consorting with the royal house, the disciples of light lost sight of their true nature. For this, Ragar visited destruction upon them. He did shit. But in his wisdom, you were spared, that your existence, feeble though it is, might serve to raise us higher. A Upon your battered bodies, the fists of Ragar shall be restored to its former glory. You are wrong. The sect of light was undone, but not as you say. We misused our power. We turned it upon our own people. For this we were cast down. Now you misuse your power. You turned it upon your own comrades. It is the same. It will end the same. You will destroy yourselves as we did. Do not make the same mistake, brother. If we are to survive, we must find another way. A way to prosper together, or we shall perish in vain. All of us. Those who have power must choose. You must choose. With it, will you pave a way for life, or will you destroy it? Surely the choice is clear. I grow weary of your blathering. I have declared your unwillingness to meet... You have already declared your unwillingness to meet my demands. There's not more to discuss. Take the adventurer alive. She will yet prove useful to us. Kill the rest. Yeah. And that. You feel your wounds knitting. I am powerful. Can you put it over here? Maybe. Can you put the ball over there? Are you alright? You came. Thank you. So you've turned against me, the both of you. Have you forgotten who it is that saved you all those years ago? I but pride myself on being a forgiving man. In lieu of an apology, I shall accept your life force. Your power's mine. Be glad, my wayward pupils, that you were useful for me at the end. Magnificent. My body is a raging furnace. It shall be child's play to unleash my ultimate technique. It ends here. What? Bitchin'. Can it be your final chakra is opened? That's the only explanation. Which means that Ishnai is now equal to evil Tia. If we fight together, we may yet triumph. Triumph, you say? I do not recall her is such a foolish child. Ishnai is a suckling babe to her new chakra, while my entire being is fairly ablaze with life energy of 3 monks. No matter how many of you there are, you cannot hope to defeat me. You say that. You say that! wasn't fearful before. Why were... Let's say, did you not have trust in me? Guilt? My dear brother? Feels like you didn't have trust in me. I mean, you shouldn't, but I mean, still. To be reunited with Zinsa, words cannot express my relief. Taka told me everything. Thank you, Ishnai. Now Zinsa is safe. Together we've achieved the impossible. My heart is heavy. I failed to convince Tia. Every step I take, blood is spilled. With my power, I know only destruction. That's not true, Gelt. A monk's power can also be used to save, like you saved us. We have a favor to ask you. If you're still intent on rebuilding the Fist of Ragar, let us lend you our aid. We'd bring whoever's left of our sect. Together we can restore the order to the way it used to be, with disciples of light and shadow side by side. And together we can think about what the power means to us. Thinking about it alone, your mind's liable to take you to a dark place. Better to have comrades around to share your cause, I reckon. With evil Tia gone, Ishnai is the only soul left who's opened all 14 chakras. And a soul of gentleness, she is. I wouldn't say that. Gentle as in I'm a bumbling idiot. Gentle, yeah, sure. She did not seek power for its own sake.
Hello.
Yet she reached the zenith of our art. In doing so, she has shattered our old preconceptions and shown us another path. Hey, Wolfie! In opening her final chakra by stopping Master's technique, she has given us hope that there's a way to open all chakra without bloodshed. Thank you, D.O. Together we will create a new path and lay a new foundation for our order. Ishnai is your shining example that we turn. You are as a star. We look upon it, we strive to reach its heights. You shouldn't. That way may be dark, it may be filled with hardship, but come what may, we will forge on, towards your light. Promise me this, sister. Ever use your powers for good, and for the realm. Well, you know, power corrupts eventually. Hoorah! Following the forage of fate. Bulletproof. Yeah, bulletproof. Uh-huh. Jokes, quips. Alright. That one to the bard. Mask motives. It's like the truth. Whoa. There we go. Civilian endured to make myself useful. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Naval might be even a bigger pain than Guy. Despite my express instructions to keep out of the garrison's way, what does he do but go and bother every single soldier about? Now everyone here looks at us Exodus. I brought a tome to record the mission details, but instead I'm filling it with names of those to whom I must apologize. Sorry if I've caused trouble, but it's simply more efficient that I make my inquiries myself. A man says amounts to only half a story. Howie says it gives you the rest. Besides, I felt compelled to make up for Master Guy. All I seem to be doing is drinking and singing. Well, appearances can be deceiving with him. He has his own way of acquiring information. Oh, Sanson finally accepts him. I mean, we already know that, but... Speaking of which, I'm curious as to what he has learned. Ishnai, might I look around the cast room for him? I'll keep a close eye on Nerval. Other dude for... Other dude. Sanson wants to know what I... no, does he? Well, might as well... Might be... I might learn a thing or two, but I ain't ready to share them yet. Still needs to clear up some details, see? And I'm not one for unfinished tales. You ain't barding, as I'm sure you can appreciate. Seeing as you're here, though, there is something I could use a hand with. Of late, masked bandits have been terrorizing the area. Not even Alliance soldiers are safe, it seems. The brazen bastards set on a patrol just the other day. And now a Twin Adder's scout late to return, and chances are the bandits are at it again. I want you to go and check things out. I'd go myself, but I need to keep an eye out on our friend. He's been acting queer since we got here. There's more to tell later. But for now, you best be on your way. The soldier is bound for Schism, the ruins to the northeast of here. Dun, dun. Shoot them! Shoot them! You good, serpent? Thank you. They fell upon me with nary a warning. They knew I was coming. We alter our routes on a regular basis, but they knew. What's more, it's as though they're barring my way. But now's not the time for speculation. Must take word of this back to my superiors. Thanks again, my friend. Ba 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 ba. Leshy. Guy refuses to say a word until you return. I'll tell myself he has his reasons, but God, it's irritating. I asked you, how's a man supposed to go about his business when he's constantly watched? I merely wish to be helpful. There you are, Ishnai. So what happened? Was it bandits after all? Masked bandits from the area, and you've encountered with them? Thank the matron you did not come to harm. I faced off against a fucking end of the universe creature. Guy, why did you not see fit to share this with us? Well, I knew it was nothing Ishnai couldn't handle alone. Besides, I had some business of my own, someone to keep an eye on. I can't imagine who that might be. Master Guy, I owe you an apology. I assumed that in air that you were not doing your work. And orthodox though your methods may be, there's no doubt in their efficacy. Ain't no trick to what I do. Everyone's got a song they're close to their hearts, and with a bit of moderates in their cups. They'll tell you what it is. Then I strum them their song over heart to heart, is all. Thanks to Guy, we were able to learn all of the recent incidents. So I ask you, will you not have a little faith in us? I'm not sure, and I understand. Look, we've made a stop here at your request that we might gather information for our search. But not once did you tell us what it is that we should be looking for. By now, we should have more than a solid grasp of what's of the region beyond. What should we do next? Oh my, did I neglect to tell you? My profoundest apologies. The tome we seek said to rest in a place connected to Gilbraid. The general who led Alamegan forces during the Autumn War. Now that you mention it, the masked bandits appear to be on the way to the schism, and Gaelbard is known devotee of the Fist of Ragnar. Just taking a wild stab here, but they might also be after the tome. An unsettling notion. Should that be the case, we shouldn't have any time to waste. I'll go and make some inquiries immediately. Huh. Wait, I didn't give you permission to... Leave him. There's something you two need to know. I got this from a soldier, but he's been sneaking outside the cast room while our backs are turned. I haven't even been here, so, Pastor's been acting right fishy since we got here. He's tensed up good when the subject of the masked bandits came up. Whatever his true motives may be, we must bring them to light rather than reel him in. Let us give him some mind to act. And tie him up with? There's no telling what... I haven't figured out a funny name for him, or I did and I've forgotten him. Nerverall was next, but while we keep watch, please see that you're ready to deal with anything. I'm ready for anything. I'm at the ready for anything level. I'm level 70. Whatever shenanigans Nuval is up to, we're gonna find out. Yeah. Place the pounce upon Nuval. We've continued our surveillance of his activities beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has an alternative motive. Oh no! It was, if I remember correctly, though, something about blackmailing was one of the things that he said to get our attention. That's the reason why we have his attention, or we are paying attention to him. In order to find the tome, it's past time we took to search the field, but always becomes an excuse to stall. Whenever I suggest investigating this ruin or that, he eventually claims we don't have enough information. This lady doesn't want us out there. Nay, bastard wants all the outside goodness for himself. But try as we might, we haven't been able to find out where he sneaks off to. Warier than a bird, that one. Meanwhile, masked bandits continue to ambush Alliance patrols. They always know exactly where and when to strike. It's as though they have an insider knowledge of the patrol routes. The only explanation being there's a mole in the garrison leaking them. Yep. And who could be that mole save for Nuval? Every move of his marks the press suspect. We know little and less of Null's plot, which leads only to ill. You must need to bring it to light swiftly before he can do any more harm. Sid and Guy and I have been keeping Nuval close. Sorry, come in, Ishnai. We need you to feed Novel some false information. That I am in an alliance meeting, and Guy is a drunken stupor. Our man will not pass up the chance to sneak out. He's like to do so with a great haste than usual. There's afford us an opening to shadow us to his destination. Drunken stupor, really? Not so flattering, I know, but you cannot deny that it's believable. He didn't even bother. Now then, Ishnai, pray go to Novel and plant misinformation. Once you've done so, come and meet us outside the castrum. And we get to pretend that I can do sneaky sneaky, which everybody fucking knows I can't do sneaky sneaky. Both of them unavailable? There was ready to strike out on a trail of a promising lead. Well, disappointing though it is, the search will have to wait. Now if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to. Not really making it... It worked, my friend. Vol rushed out of the castrum not a moment ago. He headed east to a ruin called Him? Guy trails him as we speak. Let us join the chase. Please don't make me actually chase him. Oh, doesn't the Autumn War have to do with somebody saying that they poisoned the general or something like that caused them to lose it, or some other combination that would look bad on it rise tensions between everybody? What is he up to? Fuck if I know. The good old-fashioned tryst. Let's have a peek, shall we? We have it, my lord, turned up among his retainer's possessions. At long last. His journal, and not a moment too soon. I was just outstayed my welcome at the garrison when that adventuress caught us falling upon the patrol. I feared the game was up. Thankfully, the other two were blind fools. All this time watching me, and they didn't see a thing. You only skimmed the tome, but it seems you're right about what happened to Lord Van Chileon. Is there any doubt? Once we return to Gardania and make public knowledge, none shall harbor so much as a shred of sympathy for Alamigo. That shall pave the way for us to propagate Lord Van Chilion's will and advance our agenda. At last, we've uncovered his purpose in the tome right before our eyes, no less. Commander Heliox spoke of the faction that vehemently opposed our aiding Alamigo. Okay, I dare say we found them. But how did, Brown Noser, I guess, bad with making... They did such a crew. What is the talk of Valkion? What? The, Gardanian general sung about in hundreds of songs, who led our forces against Gilbane in the Autumn War? Only to die of an illness before the fight was over? Aye, the very same. Having lost his leadership, we would have lost the war entirely had the other nations not come to our aid. I don't know about the rest of you, but it seems that our damning little secret pertains to Vaintian. And all seeks to use it as to stoke the fires of Alamigan sentiment to the sinister end. This cannot be borne. We cannot let them have the journal. Are you with me? Well, I was just gonna beat him up for the fact that he was being a sneaky little bitch to me, but okay. Hi, rat. Hello. Branching path. Wrong button. No. I'm awake. I have it. Cat, cat. Yeah, archers, dear old archers. Shoot them. Just a few. Was your ancestor that guy that got murdered? Huh, huh, huh? Hey, that was something. Shoot him in the knee. Perhaps you're not such a blind fools after all. Very well, take your journal. Aye, take it, read it. Know the vile crime that the Alamegans committed against Lord Ventian, against my own blood, and see the folly of aiding such honorless people. What? You mean your own blood? Thick. I forgot how thick Sanson is. I miss her. Did he just say that Ventian is his ancestor? Aye, that's what it sounded like. Ventian, the folk hero loved by all, celebrated in countless songs. That pain in the rear's his descendant. Never would have guessed. Any roads, we've got bigger concern. Let's see what that musty old tome's hiding. To Ventian, I extend an invitation to negotiate peace. The meeting must be in secret. I explained from not my officers share my view. My opponent accepted and arrived at the appointed hour. Peace, everyone knows there weren't no peace on offer. The hell's this about? Wait, it continues. Without suspicion, he took a seat, and without suspicion, he drank the poisoned wine. The effect was swift and sure, and within moments, the man lay dead at my feet. Good that we admitted it! Wait, Ventian was murdered by poison? To this day, Lord Ventian remains an object of worship among Gradanians. When they learned of this, there'd be a serious and ongoing impediment to diplomatic relations. There's no denying that some Alamegans did terrible things in the past, but Norval's trying to do no better. Might be as he's after the truth, but it's no good will come of this, and certainly not any decent songs. The truth. Tell me, Guy. When we surrender this journal to our superiors, what do you think they will do with the knowledge? Seed seers aside, I reckon the brass hats at the Adder's Nest will want to cover it up, bury it nice and deep, and pretend it never existed. Nor would I put it past them to exploit the knowledge gained to lever its dealings in Alamigo. But whatever they may do is none of our concern, is it? Duty compels us to hand the journal over to the headquarters. You're the leader of our merry band, Sanson, and duty compels me to obey your orders, shite though they often are. You decide whether we hand over the journal or not. Guy would entrust this decision to me, but what of you, Ishnai? We should all decide. No, forgive me this unseemingly display. Guy has the right of it. As a leader, mine is the burden of decision. At any rate, it ain't the place for moral dilemmas. Oh no, there's no place that's good for moral dilemmas, though. Let's get ourselves back to the castrum before Naval and his mates decide they want to have another go. Okay, I'm gonna be very, since I am shallow and vapous and all this other stuff, I realized I don't like what the bow looks like currently. So I'm gonna... I have to teleport back here anyways, so I might as well. Alright. What are you doing? This works for right now. Okay. Now we go back. Now we go back. Hi, what's up? Cat. Fucking hell. It's disappeared somewhere in the castrum. Give me room to ponder matters I shouldn't doubt. Since I read through Gilbart's journal, I'm afraid there's no two ways about it. He summoned Vilchun under the pretense of peace and then slew him with poison. However, one mystery remains. It appears that one of the sons was present at the fateful meeting. Landernel was his name, and he nearly escaped with his life. But instead of crying bloody murder, he announced that this Shire had died of illness. Here's a man who witnessed his own flesh and blood slain, and in the most underhanded manner, yet he concealed the truth. Why did he do this? I do not understand. But it avails us not to agonize over the motives of those who lived in the past, nary our quandary which concerns the future. For the future of both nations, the truth is best kept buried. No good could come digging it up. 'Tis crystal clear what must be done. Yet, though my mind sees the logic, my heart rebels against the idea. Forgive me, Ishnai. It seems I require more time to think on it. The instant we hand the journal over to headquarters, the truth of Vaindion's death is all but guaranteed to be struck from history. I've thought long and hard on this course of action, but what we should do with the tome, and I believe I'm drawing close to an answer. Before I make my decision, however, I would ask your honest opinion. Do you think the sordid truth of the Autumn War should be made public knowledge, even should it jeopardize our relationships with Alamigo? Ascertain his credibility. Verily, a sound choice demands a sound grasp of the situation. As ever, you are an island of calm reason amongst the sea of chaos. Thank you, Ishnai. As the leader of our unit, I am ready to make my decision. Let us find Guy. He'll wish to hear it too. Both of you are ready. I will announce my decision. You made up your mind then? What have we to do about the truth? I have. I shall go to the Adder's Nest and entrust the journal to our superior's care. Above all, we cannot allow it to be used as an instrument of hatred. Having said that, neither will I stand for the truth to be erased. I will oppose any attempt to do so with all my being. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand. What do you want to do exactly? I'll hand the journal over on the condition the truth will be revealed one day, when the people are ready to accept it. Call me indecisive, but I cannot bear to see the tome misused or the truth willfully buried. Well, look at you, Sanson the Stiff, standing his ground. Goes without saying, I'm with you, Chief. Ain't no one gonna exploit or erase history on my watch. Thank you, my friends, for trusting in me. Don't let it go to your head, though. Had your decision not been to my liking, I would have knocked you flat on your ass and resigned from your swiveling unit. So much for you decide. Never change, Guy. Captain Sanson, right? Some fellow asked me to pass this letter to you. It's from, Rat. This journal is yours to do with what you wish, but ere you take it away, I would speak with Ishnai, and Ishnai alone one last time. I await you in Dinward by the Percept one. Oh, this reeks, so tell me it don't. But if it were a trap, why would, Rat ask for the strongest of us all? He truly must have something to say important. No, he's about to poison me or something. You know, his, ancestor was the strongest, and he was brought down by poison. Conversely, it also offers a chance to convey our intent. I'm loath to expose you to danger, my friend, but will you go to this meeting? I don't like the idea of you going alone, but that defeats the purpose of a meeting. For a sign of danger, though, get out of there fast, alright? Don't worry. I have Heidelin on my side. Kinda. First sign of trouble, you'll beat retreat, right? So, your last chance to speak. Go to Dinwood. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Somebody's going to poison me. Who'da thunk? Get to be away from them so that they can attack. Uh-huh. You're back. Where's Sanson? The deliverer has come as well. You really alone then? It's full of me. You were just the diversion. Sanson was the real target. Though, thought I'd be alright seeing you be there, but I should have gone as well. God strike me down for a fool. If you didn't see Sanson, they must have nabbed him on the way to Dinwood. Come, we have to find him. Please don't be an idiot that decided to bring the journal with you. Please don't be an idiot like that. Please don't be an idiot like that. Lying here, message blood done. We have your friend. We'll our prize to Adder's Nest. That Horson can take his ransom and shove it up his ass. We're gonna storm their hideout, tear them new ones, and free Sanson. We don't know where they are. Timid Ishnai, how can you always be so calm? I am main protagonist? Downright contagious. And you're right, of course. We don't even know where the bastard's taken Sanson. We need help. We're gonna save him. Let's hurry back to Gridania to Adder's Nest. Running, running, running. I just reported a situation. They're gonna call a meeting to talk strategy. As for the journal, I'm still holding on to it. Told them it's for the chief to hand over. They're none too pleased. Fancy that! So you see, unlike our friend Sanson, I don't have much faith in the Order. Don't trust them to act in our best interests. The journal's our bargaining chip, not only with them, but for Rat as well. It'll be good to bring old Vinti in as well. He will want to know and even have some sage advice to share. For now, sit tight, wait and see what the Order and Rat will do, and then we'll plan to do some things of our own. Till then, rest up and save your strength, Ishnai. We're gonna need it. Sweet dreams are made of peace. Good timing, Ishnai. Rat's demands just arrived at Adder's Nest. In exchange for Sanson's freedom, we are to release the contents of the journal to the public. Bastards won't be satisfied till all of Gradanians hate all Alamigan's guts. The brass hats are deliberating the course of actions as we speak.
Friend.
Not much we can do but wait. Command has made its decision. You will not wish to hear this, but in order to reject Snowball's demands, his band are to be summarily eliminated. Wait, hold on just a second. You won't even try and negotiate to Sansa's release? As a nation, we cannot bow to the acts of intimidation. I'm afraid negotiations was never an option. And here I must repeat the order for you to relinquish the journal at once. So what you're saying is you're abandoning Sanson. You're gonna let him die? Here's the great Valention, hero to all Gradanians. But you won't even lend an ear to his descendant? Oh no, instead you choose the easy way out. Just kill everyone, even your own man. Wash away the bloody past with more blood. Just to be clear, I ain't siding with Rats, but there's no excuse for his method. But there's no excusing yours either. It's bullshit. That's what it is. I've lost faith in the Order. Now, pray not be so quick to despair, for simply relaying the outcome of the command's deliberation. A deliberation in which the Elder Seer had no part. As you say, Guy, the orders are bullshit. In not the words I would have chosen, but as you speak the truth nonetheless. I, for one, have no intention of abiding by them. The decision was largely influenced by a small handful of our leadership, and not the boldest handful, I might add. 'Tis plain the fact that they did not want to bring the matter before the Elder Seer. Captain Smith is a dear comrade, like you. I would spare no aid in any effort, to rescue him. I'm pleased to say we're not alone in this sentiment. As a matter of fact, I've already reached out to my Lancer and Archer acquaintances, and they stand ready to our cause. Ho ho! Now we're talking. There's still hope for the Order if it has good blokes like you and Varsi. I would thank you not to call me that. Now the Order will move as soon as they ascertain the enemy's location, so the time is of the essence. Guy, pray take words of these developments to Vinti. Meanwhile, Ishnai, I need you to bear word to the two guild masters, Lusain and, Yuane. Tell them the time is nigh, and pray return here swiftly. I called her Lucy, if I remember correctly, how I shortened it. Yuane! Bouncy, bouncy. Wonder if you have anything to say about this. Pray genetics. Far from perfect. Wait your turn. Just once I like to pass the day without being lectured on my forum. Like it or not, I'm stuck with the bloody wildwood. You can pick your friends, but not your family, you know. The time is nigh, then. Well, we shall shall make ready to depart at once. When the call came, many of you offered their bows. There's not a soul here who knows not of you. Vinci and Guy, together let us rescue Sanson. Okay, still statements about that. I wonder if the statement's going to be different because I am also was of the Lancers Guild and then joined the Archers. Vassal briefed me on the situation. Sanson once trained in these very halls, and should like to hear his excuse for being captured so easily. At any rate, you may count on our lances. That Sanson was one of our own is reason enough. This request comes from both you and my longtime friend Vassal himself. So, yep, it does recognize me as an lancer too, so... Where are we meeting up now? Okay, it's back at the Adder's Nest. Bum bum. Circle around for a second as my mind has a moment. Ah. There you are. Not a moment too soon. Things have begun to move. Our scouts report that Rat and his band have since returned to the Twelfth Wood. They make their lair in the North Shroud near the shards of Dammud. Even as we speak, the Order mobilizes units for assault. We must be there ahead of them. Set out at once and make first for the Adder Springs. I shall instruct the others to join you there. I will remain here to stall our forces as long as I can. Godspeed. After this, we're gonna unlock, try and have enough patience to unlock the Oliphant people's, tribe quests. And then we'll go to the main story. We're headed the Twin Adder crew. Let's keep it that way and get right to work. Our guild friends will take down the sentries and secure the area. We're free to get close to Rat and give him the thrashing he deserves. Well, well, I was not expecting you to. Here to deliver Gridania's answers, are we? You wish, you craven whoreson. Whatever your demands are, it ain't got nothing to do with us. So you're acting alone? I thought you had some wits. Or do you care that little for your friend? Kill Sanson before you get your answer and the deals are off. Everything you worked for is up in smoke. Or do you care that little for your goal? Humph. Mayhap you have some wits after all. But clever though your ploy may be, have you the strength to back it up? Bitch, yes. Oh, don't worry on that score. We're gonna knock you around so hard, all the scales will fall from your eyes. And if that ain't enough to make you see clearly, I'll even slap a song. Something lively to wake you up from your misguided beliefs. Violets! Violets! Okay, why aren't you? Look, only I can tie up Guy. Thank you, okay. Guy is mine to tie up. You hear me, boy? Bitchin'. Why? Why do you not understand? Why do you not see Halamikans for the filth they are? Let each spear be thrust for everlasting peace. Let each arrow be loosed. I wasn't finish it. That song. How do you know it? I learned it recently. It was a spot of help from Vinty here. He showed me Valchidon's grave, which I understand your family's been tending to for generations. The song is engraved on the headstone. It's a fine piece. It ain't hard to see why your ancestor loved it. Taking up arms that we might have peace, so the words go. Words that come from Valchon himself, as a matter of fact. The Autumn War gave birth to a good many anthems, and a good many of them borrowed his words. Take a look. You'll notice a reoccurring theme, peace and harmony. How dare you preach to me of my ancestor? For generations, my family has sought justice for Lord Valchon. You can't possibly comprehend our pain. Not us, perhaps, but I dare say your great-grandshire, Lord Lanrenil, could comprehend it better than any man. He witnessed his own shire murdered before his eyes. He knew the painful truth, yet he chose to keep it a secret. Why was this, you suppose? Because he knew, above all else, his shire desired peace. Had it been known that their hero was struck down by treachery, ordinary Gridanians would not have been satisfied with protecting their homes. Nay, they would have demanded justice. They would have demanded blood. The war would have raged on, leaving yet more death and destruction in its wake, and the peace the Lord Valchon dreamed of would have gone up in smoke. Knowing this, Lord Lanrenil... Hey, Apocalypse! Spare me your lies. Lord Valchon desired Alamigo's destruction. You cannot tell me otherwise. Tell me, young man. Did it not strike you as odd that I knew of Lord Valchon's grave? That which your family has kept secret all these years? The explanation is simple. I had the honor of knowing Lord Lanrenil. Like you, he admired Lord Valchon and everything he stood for. And what he stood for, first of all, was peace and harmony. If you would honor both their memories, you would do well to honor these ideals. No, this cannot be. My ancestors despised Alamigans. Yes, they all did. If not, everything I've labored for, all the blood, tears have been for naught. I ask that you not forget. but know that we will not I will ask you not to forgive, but I know that neither we will forget. When the time is right, I will see to it that all know of Lord Van Dielen's great sacrifice. I swear this on Nafika's name. Well, I did kill her. I only ask that you believe, as your ancestors fervently did, in a brighter future. One of our own shaping, undarkened by shadows of the past. No, it's raining. Send the others back, we can deal with the rest ourselves. Worry not, Ishnai, I am quite well. Thanks to you and Guy, it ended up being a few cuts and bruises. But ere I may rest, I must see one last task, making good on my promise to the rat. Come, let us return to Adder's Nest. Oi, 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 oi. My apologies for keeping you waiting, Commander. I have the journal with me, and I will surrender it on one condition. Once the veracity of the tome's contents are ascertained, the Order must make the truth public knowledge when the time is right. On this we are of a mind, Captain Smith. Not only will I relay your terms to our leaders, I will speak strongly in favor of them. But know that mine is but one voice. More shall be needed if we are to strengthen our cause. As such, you must rise to the ranks swiftly to stand with me. Stand with you? I fear it will take me a while to attain that honor. To be fooled, taken captain so easily, I am still green as summer grass. Sorry, putting on a jacket. 'Tis true that the success of this mission was owed much to Ishnai, and you do well to give her your profound thanks. I know, right? No, please don't. However, I suggest you also give yourself more credit. You may have learned much to learn, but you'll learn them in good time. This time you were faced with numerous trials, yet you did not accomplish your mission in spite of them? Aye, listen to Vorsi. We came back with the tome. No one can say we didn't do our jobs. Look at you. A bit of praise and you're a stunted marmot. You're stunted marmot. That wouldn't do at all. If you're going to shape the future of our nation, you're going to have to shape up. You're right, Guy. From leading our unit to fulfilling my promise to Rat, much rests upon my shoulders. Come what may, I will ever stand tall and forge on. Ishnai, I must needs go file my report, but ere I leave, allow me to offer you my heartfelt thanks. Not only for your invaluable aid, but for being an example to me. By following your lead, I shall strive to become the best leader I can, that my unit's song may one day serve to rouse all of Gridania. Off he goes. Good that he's hale and hearty at any rate. I'll stick with Sanson for a while. Make sure he doesn't tear open any stitches. In the meantime, would you go and let Vinti know we've returned? I'll be along myself soon enough. But speaking of the old man, to think he knew Velchan's son? You don't get to that age to not rub shoulders with a legend or two, eh? Quarry Mill we go. I float. Mm-hmm. Let me know. Hey, Minty! I see. My thanks for bearing word. Although Sanson and Guy may not have endeared themselves to the Twin Arrow leadership, they have found a stout ally in Commander Heliox. I must say, it truly stirs the spirit to see the younger generation blaze a new path. And I pray that Rat, too, will find his own path to walk, one that is paved with not with hatred, but with hope, that leads to peace with both in the world and in his heart. 'Tis what his ancestor would have wished. In him I see them, and it calls to mind my days spent learning bow and song under his great-grandshire, a kindly old man who tirelessly tended his father's grave, never forgetting the ideals he stood for. Somewhere along Lord Vangelin's line, those ideals have faded away, but thanks to you and yours, they may yet be restored, and may be bolder still by a true remembrance of the past, and the world shall be a better place for it. Hoorah! Alright. Off to torture myself to get the whatchamacallit quests. Teleport. I think it's a Yeoman. Alright. Go with the scared girl here. Quest sync. Taps her foot impatiently. Ready then? I've been counting the contents of my coin purse. I've had enough to buy passage on a ship, but as for food and other supplies, I would feel more comfortable with the pay for one more job weighing me down my belt. You can see me through just one more, yes? At the very least, let's make our report to Kana and ask what else she has to offer. Come, show me how fleet of foot you are, champion. Not particularly. I mean, I can always, you know... What is the... below 80? Oh, there was something else that I pulled up that I wanted to do unlock as well. Real quickly. Pull up where to start on that after I finish this, and then we'll go to the main quest. Ishnai, safely back to for your work on shore, I see, but where is Olg? My coin purse! Some silly son of a dozo, snatch it from me, brazenly as you please! Lost sight of him in the market, along with our worldly wealth! How am I to pay for lodging or for food? Already my belly cries in protest. Oh, you poor thing. After all the good work you've done for us, you'll stay with me tonight, I insist. You would take me in? I saw that. You looked me right in the eye. Finally warming up to us, Olifants, are you? I can barely see you through my tears, but yes, maybe now I can stand to be in the same room as the Magnata. Some of them many bags. Glad to hear it. Here, I'll lend you a few coins as well. We can't have you running around without guild to your name. Thank you. In fact, why don't we head to my house now? We can fill that complaining belly of yours. You're more than welcome to join us, Ishnai. Why don't I go after the person that stole her coin purse? Just asking. Actually, probably would be better if I did it. Well, I don't remember how I was playing picked up, so I haven't picked it up since then. How's that? Because I don't want to use up... thoughts. Fine. Oh, Ishnai, something terrible has happened. I've been robbed. We saw a boy jump out the window as we approached, and when I looked inside, all my belongings had been turned inside out. Olga set off in pursuit of the thief, but hasn't returned. Do you think you could catch up with her and see if everything's alright? I'll look up here, and you can meet me back at my offices when you found her. Everyone's getting fucking robbed, okay. Look, I lost him again. Swear, it's the same Hurrian boy who made off with my coin purse. His size, his clothing, it all matches. I was willing to cut my losses in Mergil, but this is an insult to my host. It will not stand! Grandmother always says repay one's favors, and by the Dusk Mother, I mean to do just that. Will you help me fight justice for Kakana? Then we'll start by asking around for more information. I have a feeling we're not the only ones who've fallen foul of this thieving urchin. The swifer we act, the better of our chances, yes? I say we split up and gather what clues we can, and meet back at the office. I mean, that seems like something's happening. Up there. This second-hand information, mind you, but I hear the thief you're looking for is barely more than a child. I mean, it was described as a child, yes? Yeah, Ishnai, yeah, definitely. Sad, isn't it? How terrible things have become that a young boy is forced into a life of crime just to survive. Well, I don't know. Why don't you do anything to help him? Ever think of that? Sad. There was another robbery? I wonder if it's the same boy I found in my house the other day. He yelled that he was sorry, and I saw the desperation in his face. I didn't have the heart to chase after him. The recent rash of pickpockets? Ah yes, I've heard several stories. They say it's like the work of the same criminal. So basically, all the information we already know. Well, champion, what have we discovered? So our tale is a familiar one. From what I heard, the local children were even more disturbing. They tell me a stranger, approached them with the promise of work and easy coin. I have no proof of this offer is connected with the recent robberies, but it does seem suspicious. If this stranger truly is recruiting young ones to steal for him, and then he is the one I will punish for these crimes. We must find him first. Rawson Hand is closing its gates, left many struggling to make a living, and the appearance of that ghastly tower sparked a chain of events that still has the radiant host spread too thin on too many fronts. Under the circumstances, a rise in crime is to be expected. We are fortunate, then, that two of you here are to act on behalf of our law keepers. I should not be given that kind of power. So please, accept this payment. We cannot expect you to work on an empty stomach. Just to be served. A new hunt begins. Come, we must track down the one behind all this. But we're not sure if the stranger actually is involved in the robberies, let alone where to start looking for him. Get spread. Yep, I know, right? There's a simple way to find out. We lure a boy thief into stealing from me again. If we suspect it's true, he'll likely take any ill-gotten gains directly from it to his patron. So while I'll play the part of an unguarded traveler, flaunting a heavy purse or some such, Ishnai, you keep watch for the little pickpocket and be ready to follow him when he makes his move. Yes, because I am good at sneaking. Spread thin. Yeah, I know, right? Spread thin, not hee-hee. And I want to hear them both to the west. I will circle around and be lying in wait to spring an ambush. You're really quite clever, Oogle. Ogle, yeah. Grandmother always says if you catch the big fish, don't spare... You want to catch the big fish, don't spare the bait. Same idea applies to slippery criminals. Right then, let us take our place in town square and lay our trap for the quarry. I will make a lure something obvious, so you can see it begin being stolen from afar. Bum 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 bum. Wet cat waiting. Sleeping. Magic trick! Ah! I'm sorry, I'm making noises again. No, there's just this Boko, you know, chocobo standing there. Good and quiet as a mouse. It's just looking, yep. Oh, you're a proper little scoundrel, aren't you? Nice work. I'll fence the rest of the goods and you'll get your cut. God damn it, Rashgar. I told you to check for tails! I mean... Yeah, I do have a tail, yes. Thank you for noticing. You want your family to learn of our arrangement? Now run. Red Rushford chase after them. Yes. The tail will continue to tail them. Hardy har har. Whimper. Out cold. My apologies, Ishnai. I intended to circle around his plan, but when I heard how he yelled at the child, my rage could not be contained. Grandmother always says, those who prey on the weak are undeserving of mercy, so I beat him senseless. Val of Amakta. When he awakes, you will find himself in the custody of the Radiant Host. Yes, I'm sorry you got hurt because of me. I'm sorry for taking your belongings. Apologies accepted, young one. It's a brave thing to admit when you're wrong. Help me explain the situation to your lawkeepers, and we can steer you back to the right path. If you say so, miss. I'll cart this refuse back to the nearest guard to house. Pray inform Katat of our success. I'll tell the soldiers everything, I promise. Another heavy load. Perhaps I should invest in a wagon, or a sled, or a... Sounds like a... Or a you problem, so... Gonna leave. Nogle! Is everything alright? Ishnai told me what happened. All is well. They began interrogating the man before I left, and he was blubbering about how where he stashed the stolen goods. The soldiers planned to recover the cash and return the items to their rightful owners. Praise be to the sisters. There were certain personal articles, things very dear to me, that I had thought I lost forever. Oh, I should also mention that Reskar, our boy thief, seems his parents were out of work and begging for scraps. His crimes were of necessity, and after seeing the considerable remorse he showed in his action, I decided to let him keep the coin he took from me, as well as my share of the reward from the Radiant Host. Grandmother always said, children are the greatest treasure of all. I can hardly let him and his family starve, now can I? You're right back where you started. I can run it back easily enough, and since I obtained my fear of the Oliphants, there's no need to rush. I will take my time and explore all the wonders this island has to offer. Thank you, Ishnai, for staying by my side this long, but I think I'll continue on alone. Speaking of which, Kakan, have you any new tasks available? Oh, dear Oak, I have the perfect job for you. Actually have business with the employer myself. So we can head off together if you'd like. There you go, Ishnai. I haven't forgotten your half of the reward. May ventures be many and your hunts be successful. Ba 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 ba. We got that one done. Okay. Okay, what's apparent? More quests! More quests! Patience, patience, woman. Thank you, Fox! Say, next week we'll be celebrating it, though. Next Friday. Woo! But I appreciate. Say, but yeah, it was on the 7th. But, you know, things happened. Okay, what's an apparent? Actually, something in Edelshire I have to do. Idleshire. Edelshire. Audubonshire! This. Your reputation precedes you if the wide-eyed stranger favoring you is. Cora, I know you. You're one of them half-mad venturers who roams about picking fights with gods and everybody else. Well met, well met. Love your work. I think I've murdered the gods, yes? But you're not just one of them Paco right crazed killers, am I right? Hells, for all I know, they might be the ones that do the work while you share in the credit. Now, killer, don't take it personally or nothing, but I've seen it before. When it's all blood and shite and explosions, it can be hard to tell if you're pulling your weight. That's why I've been training up in Stone Sky Sea. Don't let the name Daphne fool you. It's a proper training ground where fighting folk like me and you can go refine our killing prowess. Never been there? Go look for the goodly fellow past the back bridge. I'll tell you the rest. You won't forget it. I know, right? If we aren't here to kill the gods, why are the gods there? You there. Good, madam. You look like you enjoyed the bathing in the blood of your enemies. Have you perchance heard of the Stone Sky Sea? You see, as part of the initiative to reduce the number of disputes in the Adventurers Guild, has been forced to abdicate between members who accuse their comrades of not contributing sufficiently to, let me try that again, DPS, to murder. She who fights with the strength of stone unyielding breathes deep of boundless sky and embraces the serenity of the rolling seas. Against none shall stand. None shall stand. Sorry, that's what the Doman fellow told me to say. I don't quite understand it myself, but he seems to think it was all very clever. Right, so in essence, we got these ridiculous contraptions you attack in whatever manner you deem fit. Each is supposedly tailored to the strength of the legendary beast or some madman decided to challenge once upon a time. Or some being. Speaking of which, I believe the one should be dropping in about now. Huh. I know we're up to something when the Manderville song starts playing. Apparently the first time they dropped one of those was an accident. The trainees loved it so much they started doing it all the time, though. Right, so each is tailored to the strength of a legendary fiend, and the idea being that if you can defeat the dummy, you can defeat the fiend. In principle, that it is. The dummies don't hit back, after all. But who gives a fig about that anyway? I nearly forgot the best part. It's free. DPS check. So they don't have those things set up. Okay. Do I get any XP out of it, or is it just purely DPS training? I mean, DPS. Like, not only that, it's figuring out good rotations. Just check. This is also nice because you don't have to go and figure out where the locations, like, are in the world to some degree. Or, like, go to somebody's house to figure out whether they have training dummies or not in front of their house. Slice and dice. It also, like, lets you work on rotation, too, which is nice, by the looks of it. So tryhards. Woo! Hardy har har. Where am I hardy har haring truly? True, I can understand that. Though I think the only one, like, I'd have to go back to Razet Hands, to unlock that one. Because I'm not at the end to unlock it at the other side of things, so. The way I use it to learn, to some degree, is to run, dungeons with, NPCs, but I can understand that it actually would be easier to start off using a training dummy and work from there. Nice. Why did I teleport here? Ah! I guess I have to work. Missing alchemists. Say, I'm looking at it. It says the burning field, place to train, and a striking opportunity. Or is it actually in Razathan? Lawns. Okay, I have to go to Umor for the other one, so let me... Yeah, I'm getting to the point of the game where I can't just press buttons. And practice makes perfect and all that other jazz. All that other sage wisdom. Taylor version. The Wary Dark Worker. I guessed incorrectly. And then we have Circle of Answering. Ain't you the last that brought back the night? Warrior of Darkness? Good, because I was asked to keep an eye out for you. Nothing untoward, no worry not. It's just that, see, ever since Lord Valthry and General Rajit run off to God knows where, Yulmon's army's been in shambles. Say what you want, will about the bastards, but they kept the city safe, and near as much. The remaining leadership types have their got work cut out for them keeping everyone fighting fit, but for a start, there's been talk of bringing back traditional training methods. I'm talking about the stuff which could be used to get unbloodied by layabouts like me, ready for the field. Of course, there's also plenty of military men taking part, eager to hone their skills for struggles ahead. You're welcome to participate too, if so inclined. Head out of the city through open arms and look for a soft-faced bloke. He'll sort you out. Soft-faced bloke. Okay. Are we gonna help that person? They seem to be having a bit. Larks harder. Bungling larks harder than I thought. Well, we aren't helping him. Cool. Got it. Hail, Sinner, well met. Come to join the new, and by new I mean old training. Excellent. Truth be told, interest has been less than enthusiastic. In case it's not bloody obvious, we all of us struggling to adapt to the new normal. When you wake up one day and realize half the life decisions you made weren't your own, it's hard to adjust. None can deny we need a peacekeeping force to maintain order and defend the city from outside threats. Unfortunately, we're short on motivated recruits. Well, of the ones we've got, only a handful are up to snuff. Anyways, it's all very much a work in progress, and we're hoping warriors like you can help us, even if it's only by taking part as a guest. Draw attention to what we're trying to get off the ground, you know? So if you keen to give it a go, let me know. I'll call for an armorer. Can't just up and walk there. No, ma'am. But first, in accordance with ancient traditions, I've got to treat you the creed. She who fights with strength of stone unyielding, breathes deep of boundless sky, and embraces the serenity of rolling sea. Against her none can stand. What? You mean you've heard that one before? Far as I know, it's one of the many pearls of wisdom passed down through the ages. Dates back to a Colossian poet who died several centuries ago, so you're not mistaken? Eerie coincidences notwithstanding, of course not! Game developers! If you'd like to hone your warcraft, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better option than unleashing everything you got to one of our contraptions. Lawns. Okay, I'm supposed to go where for the... Circle of Knowing is... Booping the nose of a cat. Best feeling in the world. Okay, another striking opportunity. Reputation precedes you as if the wide-eyed look of the stranger favoring you with any inclination. Ishnai Ciarfox, hero of the Resistance. Greetings and well met. I wish to thank you for your countless deeds in service to our cause, and share with you an opportunity which I believe may be of interest to you. There is a great wise man, a veteran of countless battles, who awaits you outside of the Reach. Go to him and he will unfold all. Unfold. It is you, the legendary adventurer, instrumental in the liberation of our homeland. Though it took an army to see it through, I have heard tales of your singular accomplishments, both here and faraway lands. I know the type. You're a warrior through and through, ever searching for a new challenge. A woman who lives for these moments when all hangs in the balance. I mean, I don't live for the hanging in the balance things, but it seems to always end up in that moment. Did I say something odd? No, of course not. Not far from here is the place where the monks of the Fist of Ragar once honed body and spirit, the circles of answering, and by the grace of our dome and patron, it is reborn. She who fights with strength of stone unyielding, and breathes deep of boundless sea, and embraces serenity of rolling seas. Against her none shall stand. To wit, you will face striking dummies possessing the fortitude of fantastic fiends and otherworldly foes. Attack them with your might and main. And should you triumph in the allotted time, you'll know you have the strength to defeat them. Though you may still die in the process. They are dummies. After all, and will not hit back. But that goes without saying. Doubtless you're intrigued. When curiosity overwhelms you, I shall deliver you to the stone sky and, well... It is still the circles of answering in name, but you must nevertheless embrace the wisdom of the elements to overcome your trials. Oh, and how foolish of me. I forget to tell you the best part. It's free! It's free, 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 I tell you! Nope. I placed the train. Try and run past that again. Hardy, looking radiant. Hail, adventurer! I sincerely hope you might return to this fair city of ours someday. After all, it's thanks to you and the scions that I'm standing here before you now. As a token of my gratitude, I wish to share something useful with you. Although I shan't be the one to be doing the sharing, seek out my sharp-eyed comrade at Pakistan for further details, adventurer. Godspeed. We're going to Pakistan, y'all. Please. I'm sorry. Or am I sorry for that joke? Ah, you must be the adventurer I've heard so much about. Yes, that gleam in your eyes suggests you might be worthy of the burning field after all. Forgive me. I suppose I ought to show more respect to the hero of Rasat Han. You are doubtless quite busy, so I won't waste your time. Permit me to introduce you to the burning field, esteemed training area where we Radiant hosts hone our skills in preparation for felling enemies in combat. You'll find no distractions there, just you, a wooden dummy. Imagine there's some fearsome foe stands before you. Strike it with all your might. The design of the dummy itself originates from the Far East, as does the practice of bashing it repeatedly to attain martial mastery. It is said that she who fights with strength of stone unyielding breathes deep a boundless sky and embraces the serenity of rolling sea. Against her none shall stand. I can tell you're eager to start training right away. Yes, I have no doubts you're worthy of such a place. In that case, feel free to practice there as you see fit. Simply speak with me when you wish to begin, and I shall be your guide. I believe I speak on behalf of the Radiant host when I say it is an honor to provide assistance to an adventurer such as yourself. And with that, let the striking commence. Alright, now that those are unlocked, Let's finish unlocking this tribe. How many more quests do I have to do to unlock this tribe? One, two, three, four, five. God damn it. And then a sixth one to officially unlock it. Whine, complain, whine, 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 whine. Yazan. Oh, excuse me, did you need something? Wait, you're her! The very woman who saved Mivan's child. Ishnai, was it? Yeah, I knew it. I'm Yazan, an alchemist of the great work. I am but one of the few who are looking after the child as she makes her recovery. Mivan and we're dear friends of mine. Thank you for everything you've done for their daughter. Her condition is on the mend. I'm sure you'll glad to hear. We've been taking turns checking in on her. Last thing she needs is a gaggle of adults fussing over her day and night. That being said, when she is healed fully, there's a question of who will be in charge of her care. For the love I bore her parents, I would gladly take her as my own, but that would mean raising her away from her home. Moreover, I am yet to be wed, and my duties consume so much of my time I can scarce focus on my own care, let alone that of a growing child. I doubt my ability to give her the love she deserves. Love equal to that her parents gave her. She deserves better than that, so I considered finding someone more suitable. It's the least I can do, truth be told. Perhaps the best option. Even so, although I was born here, much of my life was spent at the great work. I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea who to ask, even if I had the time to do so. You, however, seem to be well loved among the people here. I wonder why. Could you ask them around in my stead? It would be much more effective use of my time to prepare medicine for the wounded and sick. I apologize for imposing such an enormous task upon you, but I wouldn't trust no one else with it. When you've finished, come to my hut to the south of the settlement, and we will discuss any potential parental candidates. Oh no. I know! Let me take her! Bad idea. Bad idea. If you ask me, Parashan is the most motherly among us. She had a child of her own not too long ago, so I reckon there's no one better to be a wet nurse. That being said, times have been trouble for all of us. It'd be unseemly to ask her to take on such a burden unless she was willing. This stuff is fine. Cool. Who do I think is most suitable for the care of the child? Yazan is the obvious choice. Dependable, loyal, and dutiful. Every quality you would desire in a parent. I know he does become so absorbed in his research, but that devotion has made him a peerless alchemist. Who better than to look after someone who is sickly as her? That doesn't seem... The child? None dote over quite like Yazan, but I understand alchemy isn't a merciful trade for a parent. So there's no one else that comes to mind that would consider the question. I'd volunteer for her to I'd volunteer to take her in myself, but with the chaos of recent events, it's difficult enough to see me and mine are fed and clothed. And I know I'm not the only one facing such hardships either. I mean, why don't we ask the chief? Do you think the chief might have a good idea? Might know the people of the village that are still alive better? They'll come to my humble workshop, Ishnai. I am too nervous to ask, but what did the others say? Someone nominated me? Well, that's neither here nor there. You said Parison's name was mentioned. She was a good friend of Malvin, that's true, but there are other factors to play that make me resistant to ask her. put. I'd rather not burden her further if it could be avoided. That being said, we aren't exactly had the luxury of choice, all things considered. I suppose I would be remiss if I didn't speak with her. I owe the child that much. Do you accompany Ishnai? A supportive presence by my side will help me find the right words. Parish she should be nearby, doubtless watching over her own child. I must deliver this medicine before speaking with her, so please go on ahead. She has a baby? Give her another baby! It's not stressful at all. Zan, it's good to see you. And who is this with you? Somebody randomly he picked off the street, literally. Parasine, meet Ishnai. She's the hero who saved Malvin's and Q's daughter. Oh, what a pleasant surprise. Thank you for your bravery. I heard the tale of the trouble she's been through since. I hope you're able to see her return to health soon. It's been trying, to be sure, but we must look forward to the day she is hale. Everyone is doing their utmost to make it so. The question remains as to where she will go from there, however. I'm considering taking her into my home, but I fear my qualifications as a parent is somewhat lacking. I know you to be a dear friend to Mav, and as such, only thought it to me to ask if you're willing to take care of her daughter. If you are, I will do everything in my power to make sure she is given into your care. I am flattered. Mav was a family to me, and I view her child as my own. I would do anything to see her raised into as brave a woman as her mother. However, I cannot care for her. I'm not worthy to care for her. Worthy? What does that... my apologies. I understand it was a sudden request, and no small one besides. Forgive the imposition. I'll be in the village for some time yet. Should you require treatment for yours and yours, please seek me out. I will. Thank you, Hizan. I would speak with you further, Ishnai. Let us return to my dwelling. Do you blame yourself for the death of your baby's father? I'm sorry. I wasn't too forceful, was I? I simply asked her if she was willing. I didn't make her to feel obligated to agree. I found her words somewhat mystifying, not worthy. What could that mean? I'm usually not one to pry, but this worries me. I consider Parson a friend, and I'm loath to leave her to her troubles. If there's still a matter of this child, I shall have to think on what to do from here. I may need your help again soon, Ishnai. I hope you're willing. I mean, I will be here. I don't understand, going anywhere else, really. Literally. Green thumb. Well then, if you're willing, I have a task that requires immediate attention. It's simple but essential, namely the gathering of herbs. The child is in a vulnerable state, and I would fortify her against further sickness. There are also more wounded in the village than I anticipated, and my stores have begun running low. It would be best to replenish them while the time affords us an opportunity. Can I count on you to help me? Splendid. I shall require several of the reddish solma herbs, which grow along the shrubbery to the northeast. With both of us working in tandem, I wager we'll have enough gathered before the next bell. Shrubbery? I did not check on how to play this. I'm hitting buttons. That's how this works. Yeah, I maybe should have looked it up, but I didn't. Everything went fine. Sir Sims, Rain, another enterprising alchemist has already been here. Should be around here. Slicey dicey. I saw creatures emerge from the bush, but you felled them before I had the chance to be frightened. I'm glad you survived unscathed. If that had been me, Shudder. Any road, did you manage to find the Soma? Excellent work, excellent work. My search came up fruitless. It appears we're not the only ones seeking this particular herb. Shouldn't come as a surprise, I suppose. This area is well known for the medicinal plants that grow here. My supplies run low once more. Perhaps I should ask the villagers if they have any to spare. For now, I believe we've found all we can. Let's return to Pakistan. Soma? Soma? It's the medicine. As I suspect, we aren't the only ones searching through the jungle. I returned to my quarters to find a bag positively stuffed to the brim with herbs, including Soma, in fact. I asked a nearby colleague who delivered this bounty, and they told me it was one of the stewards. I believe I know who it is. Her name is Solia, a shy one, but obviously kind of heart. Oh yeah, it definitely is a medicine. A spider eavesdropping during our conversations with Parise. Poorly, I might add. I apologize for asking what to the end of this tiring day, but would you speak for her to me? Offer our thanks for the herbs, and perhaps find out if she knows anything about Parisine's troubles. For my part, I'll begin to synthesize the medicine at once. Celia should be somewhere nearby. I pray you have productive conversation. You're asking an autistic person to have a productive conversation that doesn't involve confusion. Okay. Oh, who are you? Do you require something from me? The herbs? I came upon them while hunting, nothing more. I have heard the medicine made from them is effective in treating the ailments of young children. It seemed only met that I should do my part, as it were. Why are we eavesdropping our conversation? Oh, Very well. I believe I can shed some light on the root of Parisine's distress. Is that what you wish to hear, yes? Yazan asked you to speak with me. Just as he asked you to gather his herbs. PNG? In them? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate. And if I say it incorrectly, I failed phonics. Indumati? PNG? Go to him, allow it to gather my thoughts, I'll approach with it. But thank you for I appreciate. What were you playing? Born of Bread. Is that a new I Am Bread kind of game? You're just in time. I only just finished synthesizing the medicine. So did Celia tell you anything of interest? It's a Paper Mario-like game. Okay. Well, I suppose I can hear it straight from her. I appreciate you felt fit to include me. Firstly, I owe you an apology. I was and let me guess, it's about bread. So what is besides the fact that it's about bread? I was thinking out of concern for Parasine. I know what it is that weighs on her mind, you see. And that is what you want to know, yes? The story is troubling to hear, and even more troubling to relate. Before I tell you it, you must promise me you'll be able to be her strength in the days to come. Of course, anything to help a friend. Uh, Dazzle, her beloved husband was killed. The bread golem made stuns that. Okay, that's a combination. Teenage undead flame bullies. I like it, but that's a combination. When the veil of chaos descended upon the world, he fled into the jungle and transformed into one of those terrible beasts. He returned here a monster where my sister Choppa met his wrath. Neither of them survived the ensuing struggle. I was there as well. Despite its monstrous form, I knew it was Dazal. I froze in terror while Choppa stood undaunted. She fought alone for my cowardice. It was my fault she died. I knew this, and yet I laid the blame on Parisine's shoulders. I lashed out at her, cursing her for her husband's cowardice. When we both should have comforted each other in mourning, I turned my back on her. I left her to bear the burden of not one, but 2 deaths. Thank you for doing the shout out, Fox. It was only natural she would be hesitant to look after another, given that. I was a fool to condemn Parishine when it was my duty to protect the people here. I have wanted nothing more than apologize since that day, but I fear my words were too cruel to forgive. I cannot stand to meet her gaze. It was a difficult time for everyone. We often lose ourselves in moments of crisis. But so long as we find our way back, we are worthy of forgiveness. Choppa would agree, I'm sure. She wouldn't blame you for what happened, nor would she want you to blame yourself. Parasine doubtless feels the same. You're right. I must apologize to her. That is the only course. Ishnai was it? I will speak with Parashine, but I require some time to muster my courage. Soon, I promise. So how are you liking the game so far? Are you enjoying it? Spoke is unworthy to care for the child. Now I see why I should think that. The pain she suffered is not one that heals easily. Percent clear where. Thank you for lending my ear for my troubles, Ishnai. If you're willing, there's a place I need to travel to, and I wish for you to accompany me. Administering to my duties may help calm my nerves. To that end, I mean to inspect the temples for signs of disrepair. After we've finished, I hope to find the courage to once again look Parashine in the eyes. With all the monsters about, most of my attention has been focused on finding and protecting those who have fled. With the revival of the Radiant Host, however, there's finally time to attend this long neglected duty. I too must ask that you go with Solia. Knowing that their holy places are being cared for may set the people's heart at ease. Even an ounce of comfort is precious in these trying times. Much appreciated. Would that I could join you, but I'm afraid an alchemist's tools are of very little use against fangs and claws. That doesn't mean I'll stand idly by, however. I'll remain here and continue making medicine for the children. My hands may be clumsy with sword and shield, but there are few more ardred, with mortal and pedestal. We are blessed indeed to have a pair such as you looking after us. Well then, let us begin the patrol. Our first destination shall be Usa. To the southeast, it should be a bit of a trek. Let's make proper arrangements before departing. I can fucking fly there, so it doesn't matter. Born of bread. I'll need to look into that. The sins we bear. It has been some time since I've set foot in these hallowed grounds. In times bygone, there was even more such places in this region, but many were moved to Sabai. From one of the divinities worshipped here were these words passed down, that we might send off our departed with its wisdom. Just as life leaves to death, so too does death leave to life. Do not shed tears for the departed, for they have but set foot upon a new journey. Be not forlorn that your paths have diverged, but look forward to the joy of the day they might cross again. For as long as I can remember, I followed in my sister's footsteps. In her absence, I have felt lost. Whenever I think to forge a path of my own making, my legs become heavy and my heart becomes anxious. Sometimes standing still offers a new perspective. Thank you, Ishnai. Yinza is a generous soul, and to have your wisdom to buoy me is more than I deserve. Would that I could have opened my heart to Parasine in such a way. This part of the temple appears to be well kept. Let's check the other side, shall we? This area is in ghastly shape. Scratches here and cracks there. Will you help me investigate further? We'll cover more ground by searching separately. I shall search around this area. I trust you to do your due diligence. Yeah, I totally know what to do with this job. That's totally not been my job at all, other than killing things. I don't know what I'm doing. Crumbled, litter the ground. You know what? Papa. Out of the area. I'm probably being blind. I know the rules. There. Some of the foundation appear to be unstable, however, filling the area with grout has fallen away should remedy that. Alright. I'm tired too of that sound cat. Have you finished? Was it as bad as it looks? I see it may have been the site of a battle or some other horrible conflict. I must do what I can to see it repaired. The temple may be remote. The devout do come here on occasion to offer their prayers. Thank you for helping me today. This helped me forget the crises that plague us and remind me of simpler times, when we would look after the roads and protect the pilgrims on their journeys. That me to teach you how the job works. I know, right? I even look forward to settling out on patrol with my sister by my side, but I must find a way to manage without her, to set foot upon my own path. My first step must be to apologize to Parisienne, even if she may refuse it. No more distractions. That being said, if you were by my side, make it all the easier for me to find the right words. Fine. Me being the stoic, heroic... God, that rhymed, and I didn't mean it to. Well, Celia looks determined to see this through. My heart's pounding, but the sooner this is done, the better it shall be for the both of us, I hope. Oh, hello, Ishnai and Celia. I take it your patrol was fruitful. Just administered a soothing salve to Parishine's child. She's sleeping soundly now, so let us... Speaking should not wake her. Parisienne, I'm sorry. I should not have said all those horrible things before. I was not in my right mind. It was my fault my sister was killed. I stood frozen in fear when Dolezal attacked. Yet when it was all over, I placed the blame on you. I was a fool. No, Celia, you were right. It was I who couldn't ease his troubles. It was my fault he succumbed to the despair that gnawed at his heart. We've all lost something during this tragedy. Through no one's fault but fate. There is reason in your answer, of course, but the forgiveness of self is no simple matter. Don't tell me that! I am overjoyed to speak with you again, Celia. However, I'm afraid I need more time to come to terms with everything that has occurred. Would that I knew how much Parisienne was suffering. I could have been there to comfort her. Perhaps there is something I can do now. Something to set her upon the right path. No, Societal alchemy! It is plain that Parisienne is not yet ready to forgive herself, but I'm at a loss to what we should do. Do we leave her be, or is there some way we can help? I, for one, will not stand idly by while she suffers alone. Perhaps if she had something to remind her of her beloved, she would more easily accept his loss. Parisienne never did have a chance to say her farewells. Ishnai, I'm afraid I must ask you of your aid once more. Will I have it? Well, I'm already here. It appears I shall be in your debt again, but it is well worth it. During the chaos, most of us fled northwest to the bridge. Let us retrace those steps. We may find something that belonged to Dazzle. Pick up anything that catches our eye. We shall share what we found once we reach the bridge. Thank you for all you've done for us this far, Ishnai. Her spirits have already improved to your efforts. Hope we can effect the same change to Parisienne. Dolls did enjoy his jewelry and baubles, so it isn't inconceivable that he may have dropped something as he fled. Should you spy anything glittering in the brush, it couldn't hurt to pick it up. Glittering. Glimmer object caught your eye. This in a closer inspection, it's just a rock. But rocks are pretty. Isn't that what? I was about to make a joke, and then I realized my geologist side of the brain will absolutely beat myself for making just a rock. It's minerals, just rocks. Hostile present. Then there was none. How goes the search? I found this necklace among the underbrush. One of Doll's favorites, but it seems to be missing the jewel that made it shine so brilliantly. What's that in your hand? Well, would luck have it? Why, this is it, the very jewel I spoke of. We make an excellent team, eh? However, we cannot give Parson as is. We must repair it first. Doubtless Razan will be able to lend his expertise in that respect. Let us return to the village and speak with him. Oh, yeah. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Celia's told me all about your findings, quite excitably, in fact. She's going to find the material so she can polish the necklace to mirror sheen. Sir the jewel, I believe I can take it off your hands for the time being. This repair should prove simple enough. Adhesive is one of the most elementary recipes. Once the necklace is in presentable shape, I'll bring Celia to visit Parasine. Could you go ahead and tell her to wait for us? If we take longer than expected, I trust you could keep her enraptured with one of your grand tales. Y'all keep expecting more and more and more from me. You know, though I should really already be expecting that. Give a mouse a fucking cookie. You have something for me. I don't recall asking anything of you. Parasine, I would like you to have this, please. This is his necklace. Oh, he was so proud the day he bought this. How in the world did you find it? I had not memories to remind me of him. But the sight of this makes me feel like he wasn't so far away after all. There's nothing I can do to change the past, but I can work to help give us a brighter future. That was the least I could do, and I could not have done it without the help of these two. Thank you for this gift, truly, and for your wise words. I see now that you're right. We mustn't let the tragedies of yesterday keep us rooted in the place. Sometimes we must stop to consider the best way forward. Well said, well said. Might I add that wounds heal more quickly when salve is applied to them. When we ignore the pain they cause, they rot. We must take action to see them healed, and rest when they are tired. Only when our energy returns can we move forward, carefully, one step at a time. Yes, one step at a time. Yazan, if it isn't too much trouble, could I help care for the child? The scars of recent tragedy are yet too fresh for me to take care of her entirely by myself. But even so, it doesn't mean I cannot assist in some small way. I have my own child to look over, of course, but still, if you were to take the child under your wing, I would be happy to assist you whenever you needed me. For the time being, I could be her wet nurse. Any medicine she requires would be your responsibility, I suppose. Together we can see that she emerges from her affliction as hale as any newborn babe. That's a splendid idea, I must admit. I could hardly think of a better arrangement myself. I shall hunt and bring food for the child, that she might grow to be as strong like her mother and father. That's what Chappa would do, and in one step at a time I shall make her proud. It takes a village! The emptiness I feel at Dal's loss will take some time to fill, but I believe in time I will heal. You will want me to heal. Allow me to thank you once again for all you've done. We owe you more than we can repay. Now I would like to see the child for myself. I am not one of the subsidies of conversation, but I'd say that went well, as could be expected. Wouldn't you? Now come back to my workshop. There's something I'd like to give you. Woo! Do 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 do. Truth be told, I had already resolved to raise the child myself, but the prospect of having a helping hand is comforting indeed. I suppose the true work starts from here, eh? I'm glad to finally have good news to share with Q and Mev. I've been so occupied with treating the sick and injured, I have had little time to think of the departed. My friends really are gone, but I can still honor their memory. If anything become clear in recent events, it is the people of the settlement that the settlement must speak with one another about their troubles. Solitary thoughts are so quick to turn dark. I'm more than capable of treating the wounds we can see, but it takes a community to heal those that are hidden. I admit the latter prospect may take some time for me to become accustomed to. You'll find a way, as an alchemist, a friend, and father. Would that there be more than one of me? Luckily, I know more than a few concoctions that will give me the vigor of several men. I only need to have the energy to brew them. Okay! Regardless, I apologize for dragging you along all this time, even though I doubt we would have arrived at such an amicable conclusion without you, so I retract my apology. Although her parents are no longer with us, I must do my utmost to raise their child in a way that would meet their approval. I owe my friends that much. Budding adventure! Favorite asks the only adventurer he knows. Ishnai, just a woman I was hoping to see. Good, because I hadn't moved. Now that I had the opportunity to speak with more of the people here, I realized their plight is more dire than I had imagined. The recent crisis has caused the flow of supplies to grind to a halt, and the people are scarcely meet their daily needs. This would be the case even without the influx of refugees. One way we might alleviate this is to acquisition a shipment from but the process takes precious time. I fear many would starve before we see a single sack of grain. All this is exacerbated by the lack of able-bodied fighters. The wounded are many, and there are few who have the strength to guard and skill to guard us from the beasts that lurk in the forest. The Radiant hosts give their lives to protect us, and have, but every day more of them are injured. Bravery alone is only worth so much in the face of overwhelming numbers. And while I am much appreciative of your help so far, I am not so naive as to think that you'll remain here indefinitely. Had we another of your skill to aid us, we might at least have a chance to weather the worst of this storm. However, my time at the Great Work was rather spent in solitude, and the people of this village know little beyond its walls. But you've been to the furthest reaches and back, yes? Yes. Do you know of anyone else who might lend about their stout arms to the humble folks? I know such an adventurer as fierce as I, if not more so. I know I could count on your wide web of storied personages. Og and the the other way! I believe we'll be able to kill two birds with one stone with the pair. Unfortunately, my hands are full meeting with medicinal needs in the village. Seeing you are acquainted with these fellows, could you appeal to them on our behalf? Apologies for once again putting you so much on your shoulders, but it is a good of one and all. Can I count on your assistance? I am here! Thank you, friend. Well then, off to meet this safe travels, and I'll pray your safe return. Oh, it's you. Hello? Hail, Ishnai. My day brightens to see you again. Oh, I have another crusher. Well, if it isn't Ishnai, I'm wondering when you might walk through my door again. Well, it was just a few hours ago. Less than an hour ago. You'll be pleased to hear that, Rakasha has taken to adventuring like a thief to a coin purse. He's more than capable enough to assist me in my less than arduous tasks. Indeed, his future is bright. However, as it may hearten me to see you, and since your entire visit is entirely motivated by curiosity in our affairs, yes? Well, I mean, it is a curiosity in your affairs. It's just adding to your affairs. I see. I did not know that Pakistan was beset by such troubles, but I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, all things considered. Naturally, I shall do in my power to help. A few words to the right people, and merchants will have supply shipments ready in the matter of bells. Inform this that the aid is on the way, and for much less coin than we merchants would usually charge. This chaos has gripped all of Razat Hand, and it is only together we shall find the strength to release ourselves from it. And if you require an adventurer, then look no further. The supplies require brave souls to defend them, correct? Then I offer mine. I will await you at the gates. Wait for me! Cake too! Would you look at this? Such a large pack of supplies, prepared for what felt like a matter of moments. Oh, that's hilarious. She's wearing much clothing. Made good on reward, no doubt. And the merchants likely all too eager to make a sizable trade. They even provided us with bags and coats for the journey. Gleaner's clothes. It appears, Cashier will be joining us. Try as I might to convince him otherwise. His mind is made up. Hopefully this will provide another learning experience for him. My grandmother always did say the road forward paved with good intentions. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it ends in good intentions. I mean, it ends well when it's that. Three of us shall see no beast lay fang or claw upon these provisions. There are more supplies to come, but they'll be delivered by the Radiant Host. We shall be the vanguard, the harbingers of salvation for Pakistan. Now with that, let's be off. I think you went the wrong direction, sweetie. We ended up all the way over there. Flirt! Definitely coming down. Sebash. Good. That was a splendid display indeed. Your bravery never ceases to impress. Never seen such a fierce warrior. I dare say she's every bit your equal. Children are so easily impressed. Well, Ishnai is indeed a formidable adventurer. Your teacher has made great many deeds to her name, and yet more to come. Now the village is not so far. Let's march, and I challenge any monster to approach. Hold on, you forgot the supplies! Do you need help? Cut down the monster before it had a chance to pounce. Greetings, Ishnai. I did not expect to meet you here of all places. Did you see that, Cashier? Mark well how quickly that beast succumbed to the fury of blades. No small part thanks to this brave, Oliphant. Oh, so this is the adventurer that you spoke of. Not since my last hunt with sister have I fought so effortlessly with another. And never have I felt so invigorated to have such a mighty Oliphant fighting by my side. How do you keep it up? Just watching you has me out of breath. Endurance is the product of long hours of practice, lad. Well then, it seems my hunt is finished. Let's return to Pakistan before we draw the attention of something deadlier. Yazan would be eager to speak with you upon your return. Do not keep him waiting for too long. This is the first time traveling this far. Look, Cashier, an aetheryte. I understand an adventurer is to attune themselves to these when their journey brings them to a new locale, but, I recall that I forgot to do so in reunion. Let's keep that between us, yes? That is hilarious. There you are. Celia told me that you brought both the supplies and the protection you promised. She is at present preparing the game she hunted. She promised to spar with me afterwards. I have a fast feeling that I have made the right choice in coming here. I am grateful for it, lass. It will do Celia good to have your energizing presence by her side. I understand that there are yet more supplies to come. I must find a way to thank the merchants and those who spurred them into action. Was it? If there's anything else you require from the merchants, she'll be happy to help. I see we found a reliable ally, thanks to you. Oh, teacher, don't forget. We should ask about the journal we found. Oh, yes, of course. I forgot. I was just about to mention. The beast Celia and I felled was holding fast to this. Perhaps you know who the owner is? This by the Matsya. Yes, I do in fact know who pinned this journal. They were a dear friend of mine. Unfortunately, they didn't survive the tragedy that befell us. I see. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. Luckily, their memory lives on their child. And now this journal. When she comes of age, I will show her this to her, that she might come to know who her parents were. Life is but a string of meetings and farewells. It is our memories that sustain us, that give us life. In this way, those whose journeys have ended watch over those with the strength to step forward into a new day. All the wisdom grandmother passed on. I hold on to this, the most precious. The memories are the greatest treasure that we can leave behind. Your grandmother always had a way with words. She could have even taught even the divinities a thing or two. I dare say you may be right, young Cashier. I'm not half so wise as she is, but her sage advice has been a beacon which has always guided me true. See now why my teacher is so wise. She had a wise teacher herself. Usually is the go-about of things. Ola seems to be eager to speak with you, doesn't she? She's eager about a lot of things, yes. In Celia, I have met common anons, and the rest here I found a capable and eager student. For both their sakes, I must strive to even be better than the day I was before. Perhaps I should take up the art of dance. The fierce display of the Sugimu compelled me to set down my spear and take up the katana. but the grace and deadliness of which the adventurers throw their weapons has a charm all its own. Some measure of peace is returned to Ghana, and I believe my skills will better be put here. An adventurer must court challenge, after all. My teacher has a daring spirit, if slightly reckless, but worry not. I'll make sure she doesn't come to harm. Have you listened to a single word I've said, Raskir? You have no notion of the dangers I must brave daily. For now you shall be content to behold the great deeds and learn from them. I'll wager your adventures will soon take you far from here, Ishnai. Rest assured, I shall safeguard the people of Pakistan in your place. I look forward to hearing your tales of your exploits. Well then, the first order of the day is to attune to the Aetherite and gather information. Jot this lesson down, young Rashir. For those are the fundamentals of adventuring. Come now. Our lack of supplies was weighing heavily on my mind. I fear for both Parishine and the child. But for the time being, for the first time in a long while, I can breathe easily. Lola's present has proven it to be solved on Solia's mood as well. She laughs as if she hasn't since her sister's passing. We both have you to thank for our reversals of fortune. Even the departed have benefited from Ogul's revival. The delivery of the journal was an unexpected boon, and will doubtless prove it to be vital in raising the child. When she becomes old enough to understand its contents, she will come to know the deep love her parents bore for her. A love so steadfast that it will shield her from the world's cruelty. Of course, I intended to tell her all about your part in her salvation as well. For now, there's work to be done for the both of us, I'm sure. Wheresoever your troubles may take you, don't forget friends you have in this quarter of the Sandoval. And lastly, be safe. If you die before I repay the debt I owe you, I'll hunt you through the 7 hells until the ledger is balanced. So let's see that it doesn't come to that, eh? Of course! Me die? Never! It's almost like a challenge to say, let's die on one of the, fractal worlds. I mean, the reflections, just to say, fuck you, try me now. But then again, now we can go to the different reflections. Okay, this will unlock the virtual color quests, and yeah. It's just some food agitation. Your adventurer's senses tinkle with the tantalizing taste of a problem needing to be solved. I'm just who I was hoping to see. Do you have a moment? Just when I thought normalcy had finally returned to us, I received word of some truly particular hippo sightings. Yes, hippo! A veritable herd of hippos. Hurling down the high road, no less. Huh? I thought that was normal for Thanavar. Yes, well, though hippos have long inhabited, it's quite unusual to see them traveling in such numbers outside their natural habitat, let alone harrying travelers on the high road. Yet harried the travelers are! If these hippos are displaced by the fires that bested the jungle during the final days, we must find them a more suitable home for the sake of all concerned. I would normally ask the Radiant Host for help for such affairs, but they already had so much on their hands. You know, because that happens to be away, so could I ask you to look in the matter? Thank you, you truly are a blessing. I don't know how much more than what I have already told you, but I'm sure the others have spotted a hurtling hippo or two. Oh, I don't want a hippopotamus for Christmas. It's very, very dangerous, too. I prefer something far more fluffy. How about a fox or two? Oh, I'm not very good at improvising. Hurtling hippos, you say? Oh yes, I saw them, barreling down the high road at tremendous speed. It's frightening just to watch. They kicked up so much dust that I couldn't get a clear look at them, but everyone on the island knows that smooth silhouette, an adorable yet fearsome creature, the hippo. I wouldn't say it's adorable. They're still having problems with that person who's taking something. Yes, I've seen the hippos on a number of occasions over by the Great Work, and this is the second time I've answered that question in as many bells. One of the refugees came by asking the very same moments ago. Tarana, I think her name was? If you're looking for the same hippos, maybe she can help. She set off towards the perfume rise last I saw. Spell those drift... Oliphants up north, hitching their carts to the hippos. Charavan knows what else. If they're coming down to join the other refugees, I no doubt they'll be stirring up trouble. So if we don't have enough people leeching off our own goodwill already... Bitch? What are you looking at? Can you see in the middle of something here? Are you trying to catch a hippo with that? That's hilarious. Oh, you're looking for hippos? Damn, I was hoping to put paid to this before it got out of hand. Well, those hippos you're looking for should be rolling through any moment now. Just stand back and watch. Here they come. Are they racing? Hey, no stopping. Oh, why is there fruit in the middle of the... You've done it now, you ham's head. Maru, what did I tell you about riding this high road? Boss. Well, the roads back home ain't good for riding no more, boss, and we ain't got much of a choice. Hurdling hippos are dangerous. Yeah, roaring down the main road, kicking up dust storms, just scaring people. What, you already forgot about the Tower of Zot? The fires and the screaming, the people turning? You really think that raising the racket's what we need right now? In case you ain't got it through your heads yet, I've spelled it out for you. Our racing days are over. They were over yesterday, and they were over the day before that, too. I decided to do this accent. I think this solves your hippo mystery. Now that's all that's left is apologize for these sorry sods. Care to tell me where they're groveling? Alright, let's have a chat with this Kenna. You're responsible too, Maru. I left you in charge, and then the one in charge takes responsibility. That's how it goes. You'll be there to give your report or something, right? See you soon enough then. Stop looking cute. Probably graffiti before you dare. Now, who might these fresh faces be? Expecting news about hippos, but perhaps he brought back a few lost souls as well. Something like that. Trin is the name, and on behalf of my hippos and associates here, I apologize for the commotion. We're used to racing our hippocarts in less than traveled paths of, you see, and we never took so much society, even before the sky started raining fire. Most of us kept to ourselves and lived off the land. But being new to these parts is no excuse. We should have known better than to take the high road at high speeds, and we're sorry for any undue distress we may have caused. We got not much to offer, but we gotta make it up to you however we can. None of ours in a bad way. So if we're gonna do any good for anyone, now's the time. Or at least I'd like to think. I ain't got much in the way of ideas concerning how much it's like us can contribute. You're looking for purpose, speedy hippos to steer them true. Perhaps there's something the train and ours contribute to. Have you ever considered delivery work? Cat, you're stuck. Delivery work? You think we could do really something like that? I mean, a hippocart's the fastest set of wheels there is, but... An excellent idea. Local trade is on its way to recovery, and the timely delivery goods via hippocart could only be a boon. However, delivery works requires a great deal of trust. You're transporting someone's precious possessions, after all. You'll not only need to learn the trade, but earn the respect of the people as well. Everyone starts somewhere, so there's no need to feel intimidated. If this sounds like something you'd like to try, then why not let Ishnai show you how it's done? What? It just so happens that a parcel intended for the Great Works was accidentally offloaded here today. It's filled with medicinal herbs from Gdania. So I'd like to send over as soon as possible. Do you be a dear and deliver it with Tarina? With your worldly experience, I'm sure you'll serve as a shining example of professionalism. What's professionalism? I'll entrust the parcel to you, Trina. I have no doubt that you'll see it safely to its destination. Sorry for taking you out of your way, Ishnai, but I look forward to seeing a professional do whatever a professional does. I don't know what a fucking professional does. Don't look at me. I've been waiting by the gates. Give me a shout when you're ready to go. Truly have a gift for finding those in need, but I can't help but nurturing each and every one of them. I know it's a little more work than you bargained for, but do lend Trina and her associates a helping hand. I see great potential in them. Nope, wrong bed. Yes, cat. Work? Respect? Us? Sure, we don't have the scrounge for food anymore, and it keeps us busy like the boss wants, but if wishes were hot hippocarts, beggars be riding, you know? We're ready when you are. My partner, Soya, has been pulling the fastest cart on the island. I saw the goods were delivered on the sea, so they won't get damaged none. And we ain't not about to leave without you hiding Hibbolus and another cart's just for you. Our hippos usually shy around strangers, but you were there when the fruit earlier, so you got nothing to worry about. They're smarter than to bite the hand that feeds it. Why don't we just let someone we don't just let anyone ride our carts, but if boss thinks he can handle it. No need for belly aching, Maru. We ain't racing the carts down the high road like some Hampstead I know. Now off we go, slow and steady. I have no control over this. Not a bad way to travel, eh? My crew designs these carts from scratch, you know. Good thing that the hippos don't shit all over you. Have you seen those, like, remember seeing it at a zoo when they decide they need to shit using their fucking tails as a fucking fan everywhere. Historically, we're never around in chocobo carriages and like, but at some point I got to wondering, why not? Sure, we're a heavy bunch, but nothing impossible if you put your mind to it, eh? After auditioning all kinds of critters, we finally came around to hippos. Hippos riding's a team effort. Our hippos can sprint with the best of them, but they ain't got a lot of stamina, so a good rider knows when to push and when to let up. Here we are, safe and sound. Now head over to the goods, right? You wouldn't have to be taking an important package, would you? I've been expecting this delivery ship, but neither keel nor prow of it. Wait, aren't you the one who saved Nahana? Done a lot more saving than just Nahana, but sure. Ah, I see. Well, thank you both for going out of your way to bring this over. You saved me considerable grief. No large trading vessels can dock here, you see. Usually orders are offloaded in Alnar, and then shipped by Dao. But sometimes they get mixed up with packages destined for... Then the logistical nightmare begins, I'm afraid. May I check to see if you indeed have my herbs? Yes, this is it! Importing these is trying enough without delivery mishaps, so I'm relieved they made it here safely. And to think all of the hippo hubbub was in fact industrious delivery work. A little frightening to watch without proper context, but if you've done a marvelous job, I'll be sure to call upon your services again. That wasn't a delivery, but I guess a little misunderstanding never hurt anyone. People sure do trust you, though. I got trusted just by standing next to you. He looked so happy about his herbs. He had me smiling right along with him. Maybe we really can make a difference with this delivery business. Thanks for showing me the ropes and doing all the talking, too. I'd like to get straight back to Kahana, but the looks of it, your hippo needs a breather. No surprise considering what it's been through lately. So here's what I'll do. I'll let the boys rest up a bit, and you go ahead with Shiryu. I'm trusting you with a pride set of wheels, so be careful. No scratching, no nothing. Just ride like you did coming here, and there shouldn't be any problems. Separate from your cart. The general statement of, So this is the fighting one? This is the one where I level up my regular classes, not my... Okay, game. This isn't the gathering one. This is the fighting one. This isn't the crafting one either. Ba, 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 ba. After this, we're going to the main quest. Channels away the cart. Pleased to hear your successful delivery. Cool. Cool story, bro. Welcome back! Ishnai just told me all about your successful delivery. Thanks you for your help, Trina. What did you think of your first job? The delivery part seems to be pretty straightforward, even for our ilk. I don't know why I decided to do this accent here. Building trust won't be an easy thing. Still, I ain't giving up going home. So later, we're gonna get used to living with other folk. We'll have to get used to living with other folks. We can give up, yeah. And you should have seen how relieved that alchemist was when he looked at his supplies. Now, see, it's a bit more haughty, the way I'm doing it right now. That gets a good in the war. There's no greater reward for a job well done, in my experience. If you choose to continue on this path, I'm certain the joy you will bring will return to you tenfold. As this is a new endeavor for you and your associates, however, I do believe best if someone oversees your progress. Ishnai, you did so much to Olga that I have to ask you. Will you lend your aid to Trina and her associates? Because I'm going to be here all this time. I know we're a right crew of misfits, Ishnai, but I promise we're hard workers. Give us a chance and we'll make you proud. Thank you for volunteering me. You've got spirit, kid. I'm with you. I say as the most... Thank you. I swear you won't regret this. Now that's settled, let's think time to sell your new home. You see, I've come into possession of an old trading post that has since fallen into disuse. The structure may be a little worse for wear, but the plot itself is very conveniently located. You're free to fix it up however you'd like. You're just gonna let us use it? Just like that? I will lease it to you for a small fee. That is to say, if your new business fails to turn profit, I may have to rethink the use of that space one day. But we can talk about that particulars later. For now, how about you go and take a look? I've marked the location on the map. Gladly. Thanks for everything you've done for us. Let us reconvene at our new headquarters. I'll round up my people. Why? Have high hopes for that one. If there's anything else I can do, hesitate to let me know. Oh, so that's what this is. Cool, cool. Okay. Just like, glad you turned up. As you say, this place ain't no megalodon, but once you get back to the basics of it, it sounds, I feel like home in no time. Starting to feel like home in no time. We'll need a cart, shed for starters, a place to store packages and whatnot. If I'm honest, boss, I'm still not sure about all this. But if you say we should give it a shot, I guess I could try. Thanks, Maru. I'm counting on you, you know. Alright, as of today, we're making our names as reliable delivery workers. We've got a lot to learn, don't go easy on us. Teach us everything you know. And we do need a name for our business. Something really trustworthy, Boss, we gotta fix this place up. We ain't got time to worry about names. What's wrong with our team name anyway? Our team name? Right. We don't need to be fancy, just fast, reliable, and riding our hippo carts. Hippo riders it is. Okay. Led by their charismatic leader, Trina, the Hippo Riders have retired from racing and rebranding themselves as Speedy Delivery Workers. NASCAR. They're now NASCAR. However, they are still known on the island as local delinquents. User experience as a veteran and trusted hero to help them better their reputation. Friendly. Hasty, hasty hippos. What? We are going to say hungry, hungry hippos? The chance was lost. What kind of... I guess more will become available to see later. Alright.